There's no an easier way to say this. Another young person is dead in the hands of this punitive regime.
Can you imagine being killed because of 160 something? 163 I think, Bob. 160 na kitu.
And the Standard newspaper captured this beautifully with their brutally clever headline, "Thoughtless," not just because of what happened, but because the principal secretary at the center of this whole controversy is actually named Fikirini, a Swahili word that means think. The irony could not be more painful because according to investigators, witnesses, and a growing public outrage, someone failed to think. And now, a 28-year-old Kenyan is now dead.
It's official. A post-mortem examination conducted today at Chiromo Mortuary has confirmed that Cecil Ouma died from severe internal and external bleeding caused by a single close-range gunshot wound.
Now more than ever, the president has been forced to act. It's late, but better late than never. The president has been forced to fire the thoughtless PS. Let's talk about it. If you love this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe. Now let's get to the video. So who was Cecil Ouma?
The deceased Cecil Ouma, 28-year-old, was among the youth who had been mobilized to attend a youth empowerment forum in Kariakoo that was attended by the PS.
After the event, he was allegedly handed 10,000 Kenya shillings to distribute among dozens of youths. The problem with that is that the youth felt the amount was actually insulting. So Cecil reportedly returned to the principal secretary's vehicle to seek clarification.
10,000 ukipigana watu 60 ni kama 160, of which hawezi pea mtu 160 from morning mpaka jioni alafu mpe 160. Tuliambia wewe mwenzetu rudishia mheshimiwa hiyo pesa yake akae nayo.
A moment later, gunshot.
Jam ilikuwa tukasikia risasi zimelia. So we rushed to that event, but at the point tulipata it was there Park Road Primary on the perimeter wall. It says comrade was helplessly lying down.
The principal secretary himself has actually recorded a statement.
I first and foremost want to take this opportunity to send my heartfelt sympathies and condolences to the family, friends and loved ones of the late comrade Cecil Ouma.
You see, the question that Kenyans are asking is not what happened. The question is, who is going to take responsibility?
Ninataka kuleta hiyo wa disciplinary committee na tuchukue action, and I want him to resign honorably.
This is bigger than just one shooting, and probably that's why this story actually exploded, because people are not seeing just one isolated incident. They see it as another example of a political culture where ordinary Kenyan lives seem to matter less than protecting powerful people.
We will continue to support and make myself available upon request by the investigative agencies who are actively digging into this so that ultimately we can ensure that justice is done.
Every time tragedy happens, we hear the same script. We hear that we are saddened, we are cooperating, investigations are underway, we want justice. Then weeks pass, months pass, everyone moves on, families are left alone. Kenyans are asking, this time round, are things going to be different?
The police leadership has directed the DCI who are attending the postmortem to go away with the bullets. So we are demanding that the police cannot go away with the bullet, yet they are the prime suspect.
That is why the pressure is actually growing. Kenyans are no longer looking for explanations. They're looking for accountability. Not because a court has already determined criminal responsibility, but because public officials are expecting to take political responsibility when such serious incidences occur around them. The minimum demand for many people is actually straightforward. Suspend or remove the principal secretary while the investigations are actually continuing.
You killed that boy. Wewe by now unafaa kuwa umeresign na umewekwa cell hata uende kamiti bwana.
Not because suspicion equal guilt, but because public confidence also matters. How can a government convince young people that it values their lives when the official at the center of all this controversy continues with the business as usual?
Bunduki yake mwanzo iangaliwe. Kwa nini amechukua sheria mkononi?
The irony is actually painful. Think about this carefully. The State Department responsible for youth affairs hosted a youth empowerment event.
As you know, Fikirini Jacobs is a principal secretary for youth attending to a function which was like a youth forum at Kariokor,
where a young person reportedly seeking answers over money allocated for youth mobilization ended up losing their life.
The young man entered the car of the PS and he was brutally killed. How many shots were fired? 3, right? 3.
If that doesn't represent complete breakdown of trust, what does?
It has led to us to ensure that we fight for the rights of that young man, because we believe in this country, leaders are supposed to be humble. They're supposed to cater for the rights, protect the rights of citizens, not use harmful force, such as killing.
This now is a test for William Samoei Ruto. Ultimately, this story is no longer now about Fikirini Jacobs. It now belongs to the president. Every presidency eventually faces moments that define it. Moments where public watches not what leaders say, but what they do.
PS, poli tafanya nini? Wewe kwanza unafaa kuresign wewe.
If the president believes accountability matters, then Kenyans expect actions. Not tomorrow, not after public pressure dies down. Now, because failing to act sends one message.
Fikirini Jacobs Katoe Kahinde.
It tells every Kenyan that powerful people enjoy different standards from ordinary citizens.
Familia yake inadai Ouma alipigwa risasi kiholela ndani ya gari la katibu Fikirini.
One concern repeatedly raised by Kenyans is that justice should not simply come in form of compensation.
Ruto amesema ati analipa watu. Nyinyi kina mama ndio mnajua uchungu ya mtoto. Si ndio? Uchungu ya mtoto haujuae ni nani?
A family has lost a son. Money cannot replace that. Public relations cannot replace that.
I believe no family should have to endure such a tragic loss.
Press statements cannot replace that.
I believe no youth should have his life end the way Cecil's did.
Justice means an independent investigation. Justice means accountability wherever the evidence leads. Justice means no sacred cows.
We are outside the Pangani police stations where detectives are recording statements as investigations continue into the fatal shooting of 28-year-old Cecil Ouma.
Today's Standard newspaper chose one word: thoughtless. It wasn't just describing one alleged decision. It was asking whether our entire system has stopped thinking.
Me niko two term, but we cannot entertain mediocrity.
Because when a young person leaves home hoping to help organize a government youth event and never returns home, then something has gone terribly wrong.
Watu walimpea kazi ya kumobilize vijana. Then malipa kura anapigwa risasi. Then baada ya ofisi kufanya nini? Wote wawili wakamatwa wajibishwe.
Whether that failure lies with individuals, systems, or institutions, the country deserves answers. And Cecil Ouma's family deserves justice.
Justice for Cecil Ouma.
If this government truly wants to demonstrate that no life is above politics, then the irreducible minimum is simple: suspend those at the center of this investigation.
We want to plead with the government to follow the law. I believe there is no one who is above the law.
Allow an independent process to take its course, and if wrongdoing is actually established, ensure that justice is served fully and transparently.
Comrades power. In this country, there is no one who is above the law.
No Kenyan should ever lose their lives over a dispute involving youth mobilization funds.
Justice for Cecil Ouma. Because some people believe he deserves what he got.
Ukiangalia hizo video, au vijana walikuwa wanang'ang'ania hiyo gari. Na si atu walikuwa wanang'ang'ania gari kushika gari, walikuwa wanang'ang'ania kuingia kwenye hiyo gari. So that means kulikuwa na vurugu. Unaona? Na kama kuna vurugu, kazi ya bodyguard kitu cha kwanza na secure client wake amweke mahali pazuri. That's it.
Goonism is a symptom of lack of jobs.
Tunataka Ruto ajue ya kwamba hakuna vile mnaweza kutumia vijana wetu vibaya. Ati siku hizi wanachukua vijana wanawalipa pesa, kazi yao ni kuvuruga mikutano ya watu wengine. Vile tumekaa hapa, kina mama wetu wako smart, wako na amani, wanapanga mipango yao. Unatuma vijana kuharibu mkutano kwa nini? Wanachukua vijana wakati wanakosana mambo ya malipo, wanapiga risasi, kijana anakufa. Kuna kijana huko Nairobi tena amepigwa risasi na PS wa serikali ya William Ruto. wamemuua kwa sababu ya kukosana ya pesa. Ati ilikuwa wamesikizana 200,000 wakampatia 10,000, wakati kijana anaenda kudai balance wanapiga yeye risasi.
That should never become normal. Subscribe.